Hey there, mateys, this is Discovery Scouts, a Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. So I just went out for the 8 o'clock mass for the church right now, the church for Halloween for tomorrow, and trick or treat for kids, and I'm older, so I'm older. You can free to wear about pirates. We're interested about costumes of pirates, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Doomsdays, General Zod, and mermaids, the kraken, giant squid, giant Pacific octopus, but the Flash, Captain America, Thor, Sif. I'm a I'm a Hulk, right? Psycho Dad. Did you guys remember that from Psycho Family Halloween last year? You you know Jesse just flash Jesse wears the Joker and then the flashlight is noticing about very around the joking around. She seems about how it been a reaction to call MLS as just mentioned. In the corner the cop with the costume and Joker and she wears about Joker just as a priority. And Jeffrey wears Batman under his garage as a rich race residence since about 4 hours away from the Atlanta to the west, Atlanta to the east. So does I. If it's strange people, if you like this about very romantic priority fake movies, Psycho series, as he knows it about last year, and Jeffrey fights Jesse and Corin and fights Psycho Dad and Psycho Mom. They just literally just came into the garage for the 2 times. But he's able to get his mouth open. But he didn't like it. But he didn't like to put the gloves on and say, "Don't fucking touch me." He tries to push out. He trying to push him out of the garage and say, "Get the fuck out." But he gets out of there. But try not to ruin his friend's party. And he says, "Get the fuck out." He's trying to serious. I tried to deliver. It just seems about 13 minimum. A lot of foods and drinks, and the last years too. All of this knows about the interests about very official ways, and what I'm doing what I told you guys. Today is a very natural days. 15 days. If you do have from the much, you better than for much of the light. You such as it have been kind about Uncle Larry, Uncle Larry's went back home. He's working on YouTube 24 for Larry's Lounge with John Bump, and Jesse Corn just hanging out outside. He almost gonna be day night. He gets about only be saving yourselves. Jesse just hiring to eat each other. They have this literary scene about very natural ways. They don't have the need to do this before for the firecrackers to the stuff. The point that Jeffrey stuff with his brother, and he was in generally. He opens to the garage open. He tries to ruin that villagers, and Jeffrey hears in the ruining party, tries to stop them. And Joker, he's hearing to his voice, "Good evening." And Jeffrey he replies to get the fuck out of here. So I told you to get the fuck out of here. But he knows about the last year's being on the naturals. He was to be able to see about get to his one last fireworks. Yeah, he pointed his Jeffrey, and it tried to fire on to almost get the blow on it. Tries to get the blowing almost explode into the party, but he started to ruin the bit, started to ruin a bit of the, It is some like sarcastic thing, and Joker was warming up by Jesse, and Corn has the camera on. He was about during the Psycho series. Then complete the Psycho series, vlogs, announcements, assignments, and reviews, and it's some sort of view. It's some sort of about his really plan, and by the last year night, and Jesse is the Joker, and tries to put the fire into the wood, fire around there to the garage, and he tries to open fireworks, fire cracking around the tables, and they're just literally he sets his party just in his garage to giving without his permissions. But Jeffrey tries to stop Jesse, and he says, put the fucking thing down. You know, he's gonna, that means from current enemies. But Psycho Dad wears the Hulk, but he came into the garage. There's a step to it. But he said what he's doing. But he can't hear it. But he's who is to given permission for his stinking butt. And Jesse tries to fucking strain off. And Jesse tries to wear his assholes. And he's gotta be stopped, and he's gotta be respectful. Try to do about everything and what's wrong with you if you guys, you know, try to do natural ways, you know. If you do have watched it last year, if you watched Psycho series, is Psycho Family Halloween. If you do, you'll watch it as you can. If you do, it's as many as you can. If you don't, so you know, it's posted replies on the unlike, disliked, and you could like it likely. You could very pranking, very fakeful, very purity videos. As some sort of you guys, you have some sort of view about Psycho Halloween stuff, and he wasn't be good. All you do is about 15-20 minutes. That's his Psycho Dad Williamson or Jeffrey's party, but he gets his spill it. He's making his mess, and try to spray his dagger with his dick. He's tried to erase it with his blue sweater and jacket. They're just not gonna working. He can't believe he was just ruining for all his time, but he tries to fighting, punching, and pushing and shoveling, tries to push him down to the ground, and he's trying to back him off, but he says, all right, I bet he's backing off, and he's tried to two guys that has been willing to fight it all this time, and he was generally, and Psychomon came into his garage thing, but he looks the mess with the Jeffrey's parties and sodas, all the foods, all the juices, all the cups, and a lot of four tables messed up, and that's tenuously he was kind of not gonna able to be messed up. I'm not gonna tell anybody, you know. If really it's relatively, if it meant to really decide, it means you can have it very slow down. If you can, and unfortunately, if you do have as much as you can, I did not know it was to be Shadowations. If you have to very enjoy it, and I just literally just seen it's about his Teresa, Jeff, and Jeffrey just leaving for his driving to different Halloween party, and they're just literally left already. You know, Batman just leave for their Jesse corner alone, or maybe he can't help him. You know, he'll be just leaving it to get out of here. But he said he'd clean up, but he just ruined his party. He just about Psycho Family Halloween had been destroyed, victims involved, and destroy hibernating. and he just hits the mad each other beside psychotic fights. He closed the garage, but he closed the garage's door. Well, sorry, mateys. But I'm just here to do all of those guys. Most of them have the very grading inspections. They wanted to do you need to stop what they're doing. They stop messing those around the garage on Jesse's house for Richard Studios. They're helping for Corn and Psycho Dad, and Psycho updated for Halloween 31st, 2015. Uncle Larry came into his garage thing, and who knows about what happened there. He puts the fire cracking all around the Jeffrey's party, around to the woods, and the cracking into his neck. But I don't know. But I did not know he was his dad right over about almost getting about breaking those a little bit holes and making his mess in the floor to the ground. But I think only thinking about his spending a night here for was it about one of the east sides. If those he has it about generally he don't care about Psycho Dad and Psycho Mom or Psycho Brother, but they did from the Jesse did. But Jesse ruined his Jeffrey's Halloween for his friends. He was figuring that out, but he didn't do this. He worked out for all the time, for all every day, all every time, all every month, week, for every month, for every year. They're just considering him he was charged to pay fee. It was a prank. He wasn't sure about his making his payment monthly. But he didn't literally just seem about ruining his life, about breaking the outside the backyard's windows, games, and Psycho Halloween party, and sometimes Jeffrey's motorcycles. But after he bought that for last year for the paint car, just like the girl thing. Woo! I did not know. It just literally just seems what are they doing? Boom! Jeez, man. They don't think of the actually doing this right now. Uncle Larry, right? Uncle Larry seems what happens there for Jeffrey's party. He gets mad at them for Corn and Jesse, which is one of the two best friends. The Orange operators crushing. Orange Crush operations on the gaming room. Consideration about Buzz, Mark, and Zachary, and Parker and Juliet, and one of her Corn sister Bethany, and one of his friends. That there are much very interesting about saying about Georgie's. Georgie's are the best friends of skaters. Remember that the Aunt Melissa did about last 4 months? No, that's not the last 4 months. That's just called last 6 months. The considerations about Psycho series that can complete about 682 videos. It could be a lot of them about 6 million people are watching those about 8 million views. The same thing sometimes you can see it about 10 minutes, 10 those to the minimum. And those decided to see how much they've been doing there, how much they're being, whatever's going on in there. So, interested guys. So, don't forget to the subscribers. So, for interested for the content. So, don't forget to watch those for the Psycho Family Halloween. Psycho the Kid Chainsaw. It's about Psycho Kid Chainsaw. He was bloodbath. I like the bloodbath saying. I like the Chainsaw bloodbath. What he's about going on there. He was the same thing about his naturals, and zombie attack for the last year for Nesboog. He was consideration just being good. I did not know. I did not know about very interesting things about Space Jam's Gardens, Cuban Guy, Daryl Diesel, and Nesboog just pranking for a Ness the life of Boog on Halloween on the debut show. Sometimes it's good, you know. Halloween leftover for Halloween for the November 1st, 2015, and Quanah spends the night for the Jesse's house and his garage scenes his sleepover. You know, sometimes you know, washes his face with his dumb with the Joker. You know, he wears leftover for Corner in the Cob, sleeps together, and he sleeps in the garage, a gaming room. So he walks over into the downstairs. He did not know he wasn't making. He did not know. He tells his mom about what's going on there. And Terry tells Jesse, but he ruins in a Jeffrey's party. He tries not to do that. He gets an apologizing. He tells apologizing for his mom, but what is going on there. And Jeffrey did not know he wasn't apologizing to him. And Jeffrey just went out and hang on to his friends. And he literally just came into his room to try to gaming each other to record it there. It's just about sometimes about psycho Halloween stuff. You don't know. Sometimes you do if you do this, ask me the color system. Psycho Dad convinces from Jesse and from the interested. He wants him to learn his lesson, but he tries it about very couldn't do it. But he couldn't sign this about forced resignations. He did what he could, but they lost a lot of their faces to do have much each other. If you do have watching those documentary Psycho series and Flawless announcement and reviews and the complete the Psycho series, so Farm series, Survivor series, and the basement of a series for MMLS's backyard into the bush, into the forest. And he knows that Uncle Larry's basement on RV trailers. And he was destroyed by a Psycho Dad from last 4 years, in December 22nd, 2012 to June 6, 2016. So last 4 years, and we watched about Psycho series. Everything we have a problem there. You know the decider, the scene. What's it about? Jeffrey, Jesse, and Teresa, and Jeffrey Senior, Uncle Chris, and Abrahams, and which race? Abrahams and Tom, and Larry, and Stahlburgers, and Georgie, and Melissa, Emily, and George, and Corin and Bethany, Cheria, and John. And John and Luna, Ella is just the dogs and the Jesse stuff. I don't thinking about just falling out. So you guys, so like I said, guys, Jesse just doing anything about currently friends. He's learned about his lesson. If you do have a much of you. If you don't have to do this, it's about looking at the stuff at each other. They don't know you guys. You know, have it about very natural ways, and all you can do is watching those about the YouTube channels, and this is called Jesse's channels and Jeffrey's, Psycho Dads, Psycho Moms, Uncle Larry's, and Uncle Chris sometimes, Uncle George. Aunt Jackie, and Melissa, and Uncle Charles, Georgie's and Tom, and Emily's mansion, and Man and Corin, and his parents, his family, his brother and sister, and his mom and dad. But anyway, you know, by the way, you know he could about my problem is, you know, the inspiration you can call it about if you time, and sometimes if you can. You enjoy it about you do. I I didn't. I really interested if you wanted to be long is about the long is about very appreciated. The one of them will have about Superman, one about Superman's costume on Halloween, and Batman's too. Batman's on Halloween stuff to tell tomorrow. Batman versus Superman and Gotham and Sonic Krypton. Sonic Gotham, Battle Gotham, Sonic Krypton. Sounds interesting. Lex, he knows who wears Lex Luthor's costume, and General Zod and Viola and Kryptonian, and those that have all the costumes figured out, and you can have a cyber race. Aquaman and Flash the Cyborg, and Deadshot, Harley Quinn, the Joker, and Captain Boomerang, El Below, Killer Croc, Groot, Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, and Rocket, and Captain America, Thor, Loki, and Hogan, Fandral, and sometimes you need to call Heimda, and Odin, and Freya's costume, and Frost Giants, and Dark Elves, and Hulk, Captain America, Winter Soldier's Falcon, and Crossbones, and Frank Willow. He knows that in the Marvel's Adventures and Marvel's X-Men. It's gonna happen the very costume today. That's it. So don't forget to subscribe to my contest to send the letters to the 22 subscribers. So let's see somehow the work is going on there. So tell everybody. So tell it about you guys, about the friends of the fan size with the quarter history. So talk to your friends about the cycle Halloween last year. So every time you see about all the long stories and announcements, so tell you about the www.com.org type of letters, write them down, and Pirates of the Caribbean film series .us. So tell them and Juggernuggets, Big Brother, George Starbugger, and Manicorn, and Juliet Riley, Bridget West, Kid Behind the Camera, and the Anchor Grandpa Shows, Grandpa's Corner, Psycho Dad, Larry Son, Joe Bum, and Psycho Uncle, Psycho Uncle 2, Psycho Uncle 3, and Melissa, Psycho Mom, Psycho Aunt 2, and Bro Squad, Cree, Ragging Dad, and Violet's Crazy Boyfriend, Derek Daily, Cuban Guy, The Cuban Guy Life, Nespook, The Boo Show, Life of Moko, Life of Boog, and exactly, and Boyfriend, BF versus GF, and Prank versus Prank, and Rama Edward at the Wings, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google finds Twitch lines and gaming channels, Google and finds Cockstory, Cockaton, Tomala, Play Stores, and Hangouts. So you figure it out, guys, and don't forget. So you can figure out if you watch about Psycho Halloween on the TV. So don't forget. So keep it retro, mateys. So don't forget about Prank Series reaction, Pirate Series 2, Pirate Series, and vlogs, announcements, speech reviews, and if you do have much review, if we have up stories, updated aftermath, don't forget. If you're watching those under the roadsides, you have to watch this about the YouTube channels every day, a week, a month, and a year too. If you guys learn how to listen, so don't forget, guys. So subscribers, so you can send it out for the capturer to take pictures. I'm gonna capture you guys. There. That's why the capturer to the took pictures. So don't forget that about such things. If you be any question, guys, don't forget. So don't let me forget the subscribers every day, and so subscribers, look at the subscriber. It's called Majugger Nuggets, the Psycho Series, Juliet Riley, Big Brother, Georgie Starburger, and Melissa, Psycho Mom, Psycho Uncle Chris, Psycho Uncle Mick, Uncle Charles, Psycho Uncle Larry, and Psycho Dad, Jeffrey Sr., and Larry Sloans, Joe Bum, Kid Behind the Camera, um, Grandpa's Corner, Kid Behind the Grandpa's Corner, The Anchor Grandpa Shows, Bo Squad, Creed, Wagging Dad, and Daryl Diesel Daily, Cuba Guy, The Cuba Guy Life, Nesboo, Life of Moko, Life of Boog, The Boog Show, and BF versus GF, and Prank versus Prank. So don't forget. So keep it rich, mateys. Don't let me forget about send it to the YouTube channel. So just don't forget. Just keep on rich, matey. Keep on rich, matey.